Ever wondered how to make the perfect pecan pie at home? Today, we're going to demystify the process of creating this classic Southern dessert. We'll start by running through the ingredients you'll need to whip up this sweet delight from scratch. For the crust, you'll need 1¼ cups of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of salt, half a cup of unsalted butter, chilled and cubed, and 1/4 cup of ice water. As for the filling, we'll be using 1 cup each of packed light brown sugar and corn syrup, half a teaspoon of salt, 1/3 cup of melted butter, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3 large eggs, and 1½ cups of pecan halves. Now that we've got our ingredients lined up, it's time to roll up our sleeves and dive into the baking process. With our ingredients ready, it's time to dive into the baking process. Start by focusing on the crust, which forms the base of our pecan pie. This is where our dessert begins to take shape. The crust, in essence, is the canvas on which we'll paint our delightful sweet masterpiece. Begin by combining the all-purpose flour and salt in a mixing bowl. This forms the dry base of our crust. Make sure to mix them well to ensure an even distribution of salt throughout the crust. Now, it's time for our chilled cubed butter. This butter needs to be worked into our flour mixture. You can use a pastry cutter, but if you want to get a real feel for your dough, don't shy away from using your fingers. The aim here is to achieve a texture that resembles coarse crumbs. Once you're satisfied with the texture, drizzle in the ice water. Do this gradually, mixing as you go along. You'll notice the dough starts to come together. Gather it up, form it into a disc, wrap it in plastic wrap, and let it chill out in the refrigerator. This cooling period of at least 30 minutes allows the dough to rest and firm up, making it easier to roll out later on. After the dough has had its rest, it's time to roll it out on a floured surface. You want to aim for a size that will fit your pie dish perfectly. Carefully transfer the dough to your dish, trim any excess, and crimp the edges. This not only gives your pie a neat, finished look, but also creates a beautiful, flaky edge that's simply irresistible. With our crust ready and set, we can now turn our attention to the filling, but that's a story for the next scene. Stay tuned as we continue our journey into the heart of this classic Southern dessert, the sumptuous pecan pie. The filling is where the magic happens. It's sweet, gooey, and packed full of pecans. The filling for our pecan pie is a delightful blend of flavors. We start by taking a large mixing bowl and whisking together the light brown sugar, corn syrup, salt, melted butter, and vanilla extract. It's important to get this mixture well combined to ensure a smooth and consistent filling. Now, we add the eggs into the mixture. This is done one at a time, mixing well after each addition. This step is crucial for achieving the right consistency in the filling. The eggs act as a binder and give our filling a wonderful custard-like texture. With our filling mixed, it's time to turn our attention back to the pie crust. The pecans are the star of the show and we want them to shine. So, we arrange the pecan halves evenly over the bottom of the pie crust. It's a bit like creating a beautiful mosaic with pecans. Next, we pour the filling over the pecans. This step requires a careful hand. We want to ensure that the pecans are fully coated and immersed in the filling. As the pie bakes, the pecans will rise to the top, creating a beautiful nutty crust. Remember, the beauty of homemade cooking is that you can adjust the recipe to your liking. If you prefer a sweeter pie, feel free to add more brown sugar. If you like your desserts less sweet, you can reduce the amount of corn syrup. The key is to make a pie that you and your loved ones will enjoy. And there we have it. Our pie is assembled and ready for the oven. The filling is nestled snugly within the crust, and the pecans are ready to toast and release their nutty aroma. Now that our pie is assembled, it's time to bake. As we move to the next step, anticipate the wonderful smells that will soon fill your kitchen. The scent of baking pecans, buttery crust, and sweet filling is truly irresistible. So let's get this pie in the oven and start the countdown to deliciousness. Baking the pie is a crucial step. It's all about getting that perfect set and golden color. We've assembled our pie, and now it's time to give it the heat treatment. But first, we need to get our oven ready. Preheating is essential, as it ensures an even and consistent temperature throughout the baking process. So we'll preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or approximately 175 degrees Celsius. While our oven warms up, let's prepare our pie for baking. To avoid any mess from potential drips, it's a good idea to place our pie dish on a baking sheet. This simple trick will save you from any unnecessary oven cleaning later on. Once our oven has reached the desired temperature and our pie is ready, it's time for the magic to happen. Slide the baking sheet with the pie into the oven. The baking process is where all our ingredients come together in harmony. The buttery crust crisps up, the pecans toast to perfection, and our sweet, gooey filling sets to just the right consistency. Now, patience is key. Our pie will need to bake for about 50 to 55 minutes. Keep an eye on it as it bakes, but try to resist the temptation to open the oven door too often. We don't want to lose that precious heat. As the pie bakes, you'll notice the filling start to puff up slightly. This is a good sign that our pie is almost ready. Once the center is set and the top has achieved that beautiful golden color, we can remove it from the oven. And voila! After some patience and a deliciously fragrant kitchen later, our pecan pie is ready. But remember, it's important to let it cool completely before slicing in. This allows the filling to set properly, ensuring each slice is as perfect as can be. So there you have it, folks. Follow these steps, and you're sure to bake a pecan pie that's a showstopper at any gathering. Happy baking! And there you have it, a delicious homemade pecan pie that's perfect for any occasion. Whether you're hosting a family gathering, a holiday feast, or you're simply in the mood for some comfort food, this recipe is sure to hit the spot. The buttery crust, the sweet and nutty filling, it's a slice of southern heaven on a plate. So why not give it a try? Roll up your sleeves, heat up your oven, and immerse yourself in the joy of baking. Remember, the secret to a great pie isn't just in the ingredients. It's in the love and passion you pour into it. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps us bring more delicious recipes your way. Also, consider subscribing to our channel and sharing this video with your fellow pie lovers. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen today. Until next time, happy baking!